There's a lot of strange ideas in entrepreneurship at the moment in terms of getting investment and in terms of selling. And I wanted to share my opinions with you. Much more importantly, I want to get yours. As I was saying, I'm doing a lot of these interviews with potential MDs, and one of them asked about the future, long-term future of the company. They said, look, perhaps if I'm coming on board, I might like to take an equity piece, and I presume you're looking at selling in a couple of years. What are your thoughts on that? And I thought I'd chat about it because I think it's really interesting that so many entrepreneurs, they build a business up. They go through all the hard sweat, grind, and then they sell out when the business, to be honest, it's past all that sweat and grind. It's got its business model, it's up and running, and it's in a position where it's really, things really start to compound, things really start to grow. And I kind of have to scratch my head at it. There's just a few things that are seen as like the norm for entrepreneurs that I just don't get. So kind of rewinding before that is entrepreneurs, before they even start business, raising capital, which I just think is so fucking stupid because there's so many variables in business as it is, and there's so much risk in it that raising capital pre-revenue and taking on all that risk coupled then with a financial risk on top, I just think it puts too much pressure on and it throws business into too much stress. But what a lot of people don't appreciate is when you take that kind of any kind of investment on, generally over the lifetime of investment, if the business is to be successful, you're going to be repaying that 10 times over. But for me, I think one of the really nice things about building a business is the freedom. And I think one of the really great things of great businesses is that they build businesses in line with the business. Now, what I mean by that is that when they're making decisions, they make the decisions that are best for the business. And they create a business that's almost unique in itself. I talk about this in a number of videos. But what I see as businesses progress and they've taken on a lot of investment is that they're not really working for themselves, and the business isn't making decisions in line with what's best for the business. The entrepreneurs end up working for the investors, and the decisions that are being made for the business aren't necessarily best for the business, but they're best for the investors. So that's something that it grinds my gears or whatever you could say, but it's really confusing. And then this thing that, as soon as somebody has gotten over the really challenging period of bringing a business to profitability, they sell out. And they get, oh God, I'm going to sneeze here at some stage, so sorry, but I'm feeling all weird. But it's just so strange. You go through all the tough. You get a business just to the point where you start to enjoy it, just to the point where it starts to really start growing by leaps and bounds, and then you sell out. I can completely understand, that work takes its toll on people, and that work can be really exhausting. I can completely appreciate that for where the business is at that given point. A sale just seems like such a disproportionate amount of money in comparison to the profits the business is making. But the price is always based on the profits the business has been making then, or maybe the projected profits based on the projected growth that they've been seeing. But I'm a firm believer that in business results compound. And so the growth trajectory that you have, say in year 3, when you're considering a sale, is a very different growth curve to year 4 or year 5. So there's just these kind of norms that I wanted to talk about because I don't understand them. And I'm seeing so many entrepreneurs just seeing them as the done thing. And so I wanted to share my opinion, and I wanted to get some opinion back. And so this is a call out. I want to hear what people think of that. Do you think business is all about raising your first round of investment? Do you take huge pride in that? Because I don't think I don't see that as a massive thing. I think getting your business to market, getting revenues in, getting profit before you raise investment is really, really exciting. I completely understand the idea of amplifying a business once it's shown its worth and its value and its method. That's a whole different thing. And then similarly speaking about when's the time to sell? For me, I get quite excited by the long-term value and the long-term opportunity that a business brings and leads to. And I think it's kind of sad, the idea of selling out too early, because you're so jack-tired by the whole journey that by the time it comes to the point that you really get to realize the success of a business, you're so tired you have to pull out. Anyway, call out. I'd love to hear your opinions. Let me know what you think.